The harsh truth is that some footballers destroy their own careers, and it's painful to watch. These players had everything: skill, fame, and the chance to leave a legacy. Yet their poor decisions cost them everything. Some of these stories still sting when I think about them. Growing up, I remember idolizing certain players, only to see their careers spiral into disappointment because of bad choices. Let's talk about footballers who lost it all, but the blame lies squarely on their own shoulders. Why football is more than just a game? Football isn't just a sport, it's a universal language. Anywhere in the world, you'll find people playing, watching, or talking about it. For many, it's an escape, a way to forget life's problems for 90 minutes and get lost in the thrill of the game. It's the competitiveness that makes it so special. Whether it's kids in a dusty field or superstars in a packed stadium, it's all about proving yourself. What's amazing is how football is a pure meritocracy. It doesn't matter where you're from or how much money you have. If you're good enough, you can make it. That's why stories of players coming from humble beginnings inspire me so much. I've personally looked up to players who grew up with nothing and used football to change their lives. It's a reminder that hard work and passion can take you anywhere. Giovani Dos Santos, a career wasted by partying. Giovani Dos Santos had it all. He started at Barcelona's famed La Masia Academy, where he was tipped to be the next big thing. He was fast, skillful, and could light up a game in seconds. But as his career progressed, cracks began to show. When he joined Tottenham, Harry Redknapp famously said, "He has all the talent in the world, but his love of nightlife will be his downfall." That wasn't just a throwaway comment, it was the truth. At Spurs, he struggled to fit in, both on and off the pitch. He moved from club to club, showing flashes of brilliance but never living up to the hype. His love for partying overshadowed his career. When he moved to LA Galaxy, it was clear he wasn't taking football seriously anymore. At a time when he should have been hitting his peak, he was coasting. By 30, Giovani was a free agent. It's frustrating to think of what could have been. He had the ability to be a global superstar, but wasted it all. I can't help but feel a mix of anger and sadness when I look at his career. It's a tragic example of how distractions off the pitch can ruin everything. Ravel Morrison talent without discipline. If you asked anyone at Manchester United's academy in the late 2000s who the most talented player was, they wouldn't have said Paul Pogba or Jesse Lingard. They would have said Ravel Morrison. Sir Alex Ferguson himself called him one of the most gifted players he'd ever seen. Scouts described him as a once-in-a-lifetime talent, but talent only gets you so far. Morrison skipped training, got into trouble with the law, and didn't have the work ethic to match his natural ability. Instead of becoming a United legend, he bounced around from club to club, never settling anywhere. From West Ham to Lazio to random lower-tier teams, his career became a list of missed opportunities. It's so frustrating to see someone with that much ability waste it all. Stories like Ravel's are reminders that discipline is just as important as talent. Honestly, it makes me think about how many of us take our own gifts for granted. His story isn't just about football, it's about life and the consequences of not staying focused. Saido Berahino, from Premier League star to playing in Cyprus. Saido Berahino was unstoppable in 2014-15. He scored 20 goals in all competitions for West Brom, and everyone thought he was England's next big thing. But one transfer saga changed everything. When Spurs tried to sign him, West Brom refused, and Berahino's frustration boiled over. He publicly lashed out on Twitter, saying he'd never play for the club again. That outburst ruined his relationship with West Brom. From that point, his form dropped. When he moved to Stoke City, things got worse. He wasn't scoring, and off-field issues started piling up. Drink driving arrests and fitness problems overshadowed his football. Now Berahino plays in Cyprus, a far cry from the Premier League. It's sad because he had all the tools to succeed, but his attitude held him back. It's another what could have been story that leaves you wondering how different things could have turned out if he just handled himself better. Filipe Coutinho from Superstars signing to Qatar Stars League. Filipe Coutinho was magic at Liverpool. He was their playmaker, their star. So when Barcelona came calling in 2018, it felt like a dream move. The transfer fee was astronomical, one of the biggest ever. But instead of thriving, Coutinho struggled. Poor performances and injuries turned his dream into a nightmare. The irony: while on loan at Bayern Munich, Coutinho scored twice against Barcelona in the Champions League, helping to knock them out. That moment felt like a cruel twist of fate. Since then, his career has been a downward spiral. At Aston Villa, he showed flashes of his old self, but couldn't sustain it. Now he's playing in Qatar. It's hard not to feel that Coutinho's decline was inevitable. Maybe it was the pressure of that massive transfer fee, or maybe he just lost the spark that made him special. What do you think? Was his downfall unavoidable, or did he play a part in it? Final thoughts on fame, wealth, and passion. Football gives players everything: fame, wealth, and opportunities most of us can only dream of. But for some, those same things can take away their passion for the game. It's easy to get distracted, to lose focus, and to forget what got you to the top in the first place. These stories remind us that talent isn't enough. Discipline, dedication, and perspective are just as important. That's what separates the greats from the could-have-beens. So, which player do you think had the most tragic downfall? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your ideas for the next topic.